Want to watch me buy shares for the $1,000 project? Want to see how quick, easy, and efficient it is when it comes to buying shares online? Awesome, then watch this video. Hi everyone, I hope that you're well, I hope that you are safe, and I hope that you are all staying at home. Today I'm going to show you how to buy shares online. Throughout this market, I've still been saving, hustling, working my backside off to come up with as much cash as possible so that I can keep on investing, keep pumping money into the $1,000 project. And I can now proudly say I have $1,000 ready to go by working pretty much all weekend for the last 4 weekends in a row. So I'm really excited about investing this money. Now, by the time you watch this video, you will realize that buying shares online is even easier than buying a pair of shoes online. In fact, I actually think it's much faster because you don't even need to reach for your wallet. Now, there are 3 points I want to remind you when it comes to buying shares. Shares are a long-term investment. When I buy shares, I never intend in selling them because what I'm using that $1,000 for is to buy and build growing passive income streams through earning dividends. The more units I have in a company, the more dividend income I'm going to receive. So remember, shares are for the long run. The second thing that you must remember before going and buying shares, and that is the share market is incredibly volatile. It bounces around like a yo-yo. But as you will know from my other videos, I don't really care about that because at the end of the day, all I want to do is build a growing passive income stream. What the value of my share portfolio right now is completely irrelevant because all I want is a growing passive income stream because that over time is going to build up and more than cover my living expenses and help me achieve my long-term financial goal. And then the third very important factor you need to remember when it comes to buying shares, and that is diversification. You would never put all your eggs in one basket. That is to say, if you had $1,000 to invest, you would be very careful if you go and invest it into one company. If you do that, that's fine, but make sure you quickly diversify into other companies. And a great alternative, if you only have $1,000 to invest, it's going to be a while before you've got more money to invest, just simply go and invest in a listed investment company because then it's immediately diversified for you and you outsource all the hard investment decisions to a fund manager or investment professional. And if you don't know what listed investment company to invest in, let me give you a little cheeky sneak peek. If you grab a copy of Mindful Money, refer to page, I think it's 186, you'll see my favorite listed investment companies. Now, before you begin, you must have an online share trading account open. I myself personally have an ANZ share trading account. And no, this is definitely not a sponsored video. In fact, there are a whole range of different online share trading account platforms out there, from discount ones such as Self-Wealth, Bell Direct Gold. Then you've also got the banks such as CommSec, ANZ Share Trading, Westpac Direct Shares, and St. George Bank also have an online share trading platform. So do your research and work out what is the best one for you. And for me, at the moment, I'm really happy with the ANZ Share Trading account. But please note, this is not investment advice, not product advice, and not personal advice. All right. Once you've got that account set up, and normally you can do all of this online, make sure you transfer the money that you want to use to buy those shares. So last night I transferred $1,000 into this account. So excuse me for a second while I quickly log into my account. All right, we have logged into my account. You can see the $1,000 project portfolio sitting right here. Now to buy some shares. Now I have already done my research. I know exactly what I want to buy right now, and in fact I'm using this market opportunity with this market pullback to stock up on some of my favorite investments. Now today I'm going to be buying some Westpac banking shares. Remember, this is general advice. Please don't copy me. This investment decision matches my goals, my risk profile, and I know exactly what I'm doing. So all I simply do is go into trade. I hit buy. As simple as that. I then enter in the stock code, which is WBC. And to make sure I'm entering in the correct code, it will even bring up preemptive text that confirms it's Westpac Banking Corporation. I then click buy, And then I need to put in the number of units that I want to buy. Now I have $1,000 ready to invest. I'm going to try and buy about 62 units in Westpac. So I'll enter in 62 here. I'll select at the market today because I'm not trying to get a bargain price. I will now enter in my PIN number, and off my order has gone to the market. Now, this will normally take a couple of minutes, but I will get an email confirming that my request to buy 62 units in Westpac Banking Corporation has been accepted. I will then wait a couple more minutes before I get confirmation that it has gone through. Once it has gone through, I will get a letter in the mail confirming the increased amount of Westpac shares in my portfolio, adding it to what I already own. Now, whilst this order is going through, I need to share with you some important administration about buying shares. If you're buying shares in a company that you've never bought shares before, you'll get some really important paperwork in the mail. Now, that paperwork will actually be a form, and with that form comes a pre-addressed, pre-stamped envelope, because it's important that you complete this paperwork and send it in. Now, there are 3 important bits of information required on this form. Number 1, they will ask you what your tax file number is. So you must provide that, otherwise you'll be taxed at the top marginal tax rate. That is to say, those dividends will be cut in half, so you definitely don't want to do that. So make sure you fill out your tax file number. The second bit of information will be your bank details. They will require your BSB and account number and account name. And then the third bit of information, which I think is my favorite part of buying shares, and that is your dividend instruction. Most companies will give you 3 options. One is to have the dividends paid to your cash account, which you have just provided them in that same form. The second option is to do a partial dividend reinvestment. That is where you say, for example, 70% of your dividends get reinvested back into the company and the 30% get paid to your cash account. And then my third option, which is my absolute favorite option and the option that I highly recommend you do if you can, and that is the full dividend reinvestment option. If the company that you have bought shares in have an active automatic dividend plan in place and you tick this option, what it simply means is they won't actually pay your dividends to you in cash. Instead, they will buy more shares in that company depending on the dividend that has just been declared. Now, the reason why I love this option so much more than getting the money paid as cash into my bank account, number 1, it avoids temptation in me accidentally spending it without me realizing it's been paid in. Number 2, it allows me to actually get more shares or buy more shares in that company, which means I'll get more growing passive dividend income streams, but also it saves me on brokerage. I don't have to pay the broker another $20 to be able to obtain more shares or more units in that company. So it's a really nice, natural, organic way to help grow my portfolio on top of me regularly investing and adding money to my share portfolio all the time, which is exactly what I do for the $1,000 project, $1,000 at a time. In a few minutes, assuming that my trade goes through, I'll be able to see that I own an extra 62 units in Westpac Bank. And because I already own shares in Westpac and they already have my dividend reinvestment instructions, there's nothing else for me to do. Now, I really hope you realize how quick, easy, and efficient it is when it comes to buying shares. If you want to watch me buy shares on a regular basis, make sure you are following me on Instagram, because every time I buy shares now, I'm going to be recording it and adding it to my IGTV video flow. So you can actually see exactly what I'm buying, when, why, and how. And remember, the purpose behind me sharing this with you is for educational purposes only, and to help inspire you, empower you, and educate you to take better control of your financial future. Because really, this isn't rocket science. Everybody can be an investor and everyone can build up a growing passive income stream through dividends. That is owning great businesses around the world. All right, everyone, I better get back to it because I've got so much more hustling to do for the $1,000 project. There's money to be made. These are opportunities of a lifetime, and I want to make sure I make the most of it, and you do too. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you're following me on Instagram. Ciao for now.